Are you having a tough time staying motivated? Are you having a tough time following your fitness plan? Well, this video might be for you. So one thing that I've really been accustomed to in my life, and one thing that I've really adopted, is being comfortable being uncomfortable. And of course, that's an uncomfortable feeling for me and for everybody. But growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. Growth doesn't happen in a place of stability and a place of feeling safe with no risk. Growth and expansion happens when you're in an uncomfortable situation and you embrace it. And you intentionally put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Now, you guys might say, who's this guy walking around like a madman? Well, to make my situation a little bit harder and to make myself a little more uncomfortable, I've decided it's nice out and I'm going to challenge myself at least twice a week and walk to the gym. My gym's about 2.5 miles away from my apartment, so it's going to take me about 40-45 minutes, and I get to rant and talk to you guys. So that's number one thing, is every day I wake up and I say, how can I challenge myself? Not what do I need to do, it's what do I get to do? How do I get to challenge myself? What task can I do that I can challenge myself to make my life a little bit harder, to make me feel deep down inside that I'm more capable of doing things, so then I can level up and I can try harder things and tasks that aren't so easy. You know, these people, or general population, we've all become so soft recently, and everyone's just kind of stuck in on the hamster wheel, and they're working their 9 to 5 and they're doing the same thing every day. They're eating whatever they want. Oh, you know, we're getting lunch today. What do you want, Henry? I'm thinking I'll get some pizza. I'm thinking I'll get a chicken roll. And oh, how was that new show you watched last night? You know, and everybody's doing the easy things, and they're doing the things that are not challenging them, and they're stuck in this cycle of stability and comfort. And if that's what you want to do, listen, all power to you. I don't reconcile with that, and I can't really connect with that. And I've always felt like a bit on the outside of all of that, and I've noticed that's fine. That's fine. I grew up watching David Goggins, and he's one of the biggest idols that I've ever had in terms of discipline. And you guys probably know who he is, but if you don't know who he is, check out his podcast. I mean, when I think I was still a late teenager, his first podcast with Joe Rogan, and everybody knows Joe Rogan, his first podcast on the Joe Rogan Experience, I think Rogan said 10 words. This dude, David Goggins, is a straight savage. He's the king of discipline. He's the king of being uncomfortable. And what he entails to the world is being uncomfortable all the time. Knowing that if you're not doing it, other people are there doing it. It's a big world we live in. There's a lot of people, right? I'm thinking I'm taking a big step walking to the gym, walking home from the gym today. Nah, there's people that are running 20 miles to go, then they do a powerlifting strength training workout, and then they run home, eat, then they go on a bike ride, you know? So there's always someone out there doing a little bit more than you, and that's okay, because we're not here to compare ourselves to other people. We just want to be the best version of ourselves. It's you versus you, it's me versus me, and what's important in this world is taking the steps, putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation to promote growth, to be the best version of yourself. See how far you can take your potential, see what you can do, and how disciplined you can be, and how many goals of yours you can reach to actually be the best version of yourself. If you made commitments to yourself and you wake up at that time at 6:30 or 5:30, whenever your alarm goes off every single day, you check that box off, you lock in on your diet, you hit all your macros, you check that box off, you do your cardio, you check that box off, you get to sleep on time, you check that box off, and you do that for 3 months, and then you build the momentum, and you do that for a year straight, and you look at a photo of yourself now and a year from now, man, you won't even be able to recognize yourself. Your family may not be able to recognize you. Your friends may not be able to recognize you. And that's called growth. You haven't changed, you've grown. You've put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and you've grown. And you've become a better man or a better woman because of that. Because you've challenged yourself and you didn't accept standard. You didn't accept being the same as normal society. Because honestly, just me personally, I don't want to be the same as everybody. You have to build a psycho mentality. You have to do things that may seem psychotic originally, right? If other people around you are like, damn, Rob's losing his mind. Rob's doing things that are crazy. Why would he eat this way? Why would he work out like that? Like, that's psychotic. And no, it's not. For me, I'm trying to be a killer, man. I love being uncomfortable. I love feeling stressed in the sense that I know that I'm growing. The old saying, and I know it sounds cliche and boring, but pressure makes diamonds. And if those people around you, your loved ones, your family, they're looking around and they're saying, this guy's crazy, this guy's losing his mind. You're not crazy. You've just grown. You've grown, you've been groomed, and you've been kind of molded into this person throughout your whole childhood and becoming an adolescent, becoming an adult, and you don't know. You're just doing what school tells you. You're doing what your teachers tell you. You're doing what your parents tell you, what your friends tell you, what your friends' parents tell you, what your cousins tell you, and you're just being influenced by everything around you. And that's developing your conscious and who you are in your mind and what you think is right and what you think is wrong. And then eventually you get to the point where you have that aha moment and you sit there and you start learning. And you think about the world from your own perspective, and you start challenging the thoughts and the beliefs and everything you've been told with your own mind now. And guess what? You realize you're in control of your own thoughts. You're in control of your own reality. If you want something in your life, you change the way you look at things, and the way things around you, they change. Everything in your life changes. Not every day I wake up and I want to go and I want to work out and I want to walk my dog in the morning and I want to eat this, or I want to fast, or I want to do this and I want to do that. It doesn't matter. I know for my family and for my health and for my long-term goals and my future kids, these are things that just need to happen. So it's not every day that we wake up and we're just motivated and shot out of a cannon. It's the days that it's raining out. It's the days that you only got 5-6 hours of sleep. It's the days that you're tired. Those are the days that you need to lock in. Those are the days you need to put yourself in a position of being uncomfortable, because those are the days when you grow the most. The days that you have to get to work early and leave work late, and you still get a kick-ass gym session in, and you still stayed locked in on your diet, and you brought your Tupperware to work, and you brought your lunchbox to work, and you got, you didn't cheat. And the days, there's so many times, and I hope you guys can relate to this, but I used to work at a job where different medical groups, different doctor offices, different physical therapy groups, they'd cater pizza, they'd cater sandwiches, they'd cater all this crazy stuff. And they're like, hey Rob, what do you want? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. What do you mean you're good? I got my chicken, I brought my food, I got my yogurt, like I'm all taken care of, I'm good. And like people around you, they think that that's crazy. And you know what? When you have big goals and big dreams and big visions in your life, it's okay. It's okay for people to think you're crazy, because you don't get to that 1% by people thinking you're just like them and people thinking you're normal. And now it's all about surrounding yourself with people that have the same goals, same ideas, and same visions. You're only as good as the weakest person around you, and you're a result of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and you're influenced by that. Negative shit sticks. If you're talking or you hear someone talking negative, it sticks, and it makes you start second guessing all the momentum you've been building. It makes you start second guessing all the thoughts that you've been positively thinking about, all the goals. Just because one negative person doesn't feel good about their situation, well, guess what? You don't need to be around that person. You need to be around people that are going to push you to your best, that are going to make you the best version of yourself, that are going to challenge you, They want you to be the best version. They want you to do well for yourself, and you want the same for them. That's brotherhood. That's building a community. That is building a tribe. You guys want to go out and party and drink and smoke weed and gamble and do all this crazy stuff, and I'm just like, I'm trying to be the best version of myself. If that's not going to do it for me, what's the point? I don't want to be around that. How is that making me a better person? You know, and you distance yourself from that. And once you distance yourself from that, what you do is you kind of feel lonely. You feel like an outsider. You feel like you don't really have anyone to go to, anyone to talk to, but that's okay, because guess what? You got yourself. I'm a man of God. I have a lot of faith. So it's me and myself and my prayers is what keeps me positive, and it knows, it keeps me knowing that there's no reason to be fearful. It's okay to be lonely. When you have real conversations with yourself, when you're dead sober and you have conversations with yourself and with God, there's no more being in touch with your body than that. And that's truly, truly amazing. So listen, it's really important that you guys, on days that you're not motivated, you stay locked in, you stay true to your diet. Don't let short-term satisfaction get in the way of long-term success. Do not let short-term desires and little impulses and little, and little cravings get in the way of your long-term goals. You are in control of your mind. We want to make sure that we're in control of our mind, we're in control of our thoughts, we're in control of our actions, and that will all bundle together and start creating the right frequencies to build abundance and to build a successful life in all aspects, not even just money, because we only have one body, and what we put in our body, this is the only place we have to live in. Sure, I live in an apartment, but I and my conscious and my thoughts and my being is living inside of my body, and I want everything to work the best possible. So thanks for hearing me out. Hope you guys like this. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you soon. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Enjoy this beautiful day. I'll talk to you guys soon. God bless.